Welcome children in bio class. Children, today in the bio class I am going to teach you DNA model proposed by Watson and Crick. James W. Watson and Francis H.C. Crick proposed a model of DNA structure. The model of DNA structure which was proposed by Watson and Crick is a double helix form. So you will see there is double helix form. This is the model of DNA which was proposed by Watson and Crick. There are two long and parallel polynucleotide chain. In this you see this is the one polynucleotide chain and there is another polynucleotide chain. So these are the two polynucleotide chain. They are parallel to each other and both chain are helically coiled around the same axis. In each polynucleotide chain, the deoxyribose molecules are two adjacent. So you see there are here, this is the this is the pentose sugar. It is the pentose sugar and this one is the phosphate, this one is nitrogenous base. So in the one nucleotide there is one pentose sugar. So this is the pentose sugar, that is deoxyribose. There is a phosphate and other one, this one is the nitrogenous base. So each nucleotide is made of pentose sugar, deoxyribose, phosphate and nitrogenous base. There are four nitrogenous bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. So there are four nucleotides in the DNA. So you will find in the DNA there are four nucleotides. So why there are four nucleotides? Because there are four nitrogenous bases. Now these nucleotides will join together, will form a long polypeptide chain. So in each polynucleotide chain, the deoxyribose molecules are two adjacent nucleotide. So here this is the one nucleotide and this one is another nucleotide. So these are the two adjacent nucleotides. They are linked by through a one phosphate molecule by phosphodiester bond. So this is the phosphate molecule like this. This is the nitrogenous base, pentose sugar deoxyribose, and there are nitrogenous bases and both are attached by this phosphate by phosphodiester bond. The sugar and phosphate units form the backbone of polynucleotide chain. So this is the backbone of polynucleotide chain, and this backbone of polynucleotide chain is made up of deoxyribose pentose sugar. So there deoxyribose pentose sugar, phosphate, again pentose sugar, phosphate. This side also there is pentose sugar. These are the pentose sugar, and between two adjacent pentose sugar there is one phosphate. So this is the phosphate and they are joined by phosphodiester bond. So the sugar and phosphate unit form backbone of polynucleotide chain, and the paired nitrogenous bases form the center. So this is the paired nitrogenous bases: adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine, again thymine, adenine, guanine, cytosine. So these are the nitrogenous bases. Two chains of helix are of opposite polarity. So there is opposite polarity. If one chain run 3' to 5' direction, then other will run in 5' to 3' direction. So you see here this structure has shown. This is the pentose sugar, deoxyribose pentose sugar. These are pentose sugar. So this pentose sugar is of one nucleotide chain, and this one pentose sugar is of other nucleotide chain. Between the pentose sugar there is phosphate. This is the phosphate. So third carbon, 1, 2, 3, third carbon of one pentose sugar combined with fifth carbon of another by phosphodiester bond. So this is the direction 5' to 3. Then this one other one is their fifth carbon of one pentose sugar attached with the third carbon of other. So this is the 3' to 5. So the two chains of helix are of opposite polarity. If one chain runs 3' to 5' direction, then other will run 5' to 3'. So this number is phosphate attached with the pentose sugar by phosphodiester bond with which carbon atom. And in this way, these two strands are anti-parallel. They are arranged anti-parallel. The DNA helix has a diameter of 20 angstrom. So when we are taking the diameter of it, there are 20 angstroms, and there are nitrogenous bases. So in the nitrogenous bases, you can see this is the thymine nitrogenous base and adenine. Pairing of thymine is with adenine. Adenine is purine, thymine is pyrimidine, and they are joined by two bonds. So there are two bonds and they are joined with that. There are two hydrogen bonds, but other one, cytosine and guanine, they are attached by, joined by 3 hydrogen bond. 1, 2, 3. So in this way, guanine and cytosine joined by 3 hydrogen bonds, and thymine and adenine by 2 hydrogen bonds. Children, you will see the diameter. So the DNA helix has a diameter of, so this is the diameter. This diameter is of 20 angstrom. And I told both helix are joined by weak hydrogen bonds present between the nitrogenous bases of two strands. Pairing between nitrogenous bases is such that adenine pairs with thymine and cytosine pairs with guanine. There are 2 hydrogen bonds between adenine and thymine and 3 hydrogen bonds between cytosine and guanine. One complete turn of helix. So this is the one complete turn of helix. See, so this one complete turn of helix is, this is the one complete turn of helix. or this you can say is one complete turn of helix. So this one complete turn of helix is about 34 angstrom, and it contains 10 nucleotides in one complete turn. Number of nucleotides are 10. Therefore, distance between two nucleotides is 3.4 angstrom. And when you are observing the helix, so this helix will show groups. There are major groups and minor groups. This side is the major group, and this is the minor group. Again minor group, then major group. Major group, this side minor group. So distance of helix showing one major group and one minor group. One major group is of 22 angstrom and one minor group is of 12 angstrom. So this is the model of DNA double helix model, and this model was proposed by James D. Watson and Francis H.C. Crick. And this model of DNA is the model which show that DNA will show the properties of genetic material. So with this model we can say DNA is showing the properties of genetic material.